Hey bro, this is going to be a really quick start into a video simply because this thought just stumbled across, I just happened to stumble across this thought like 5 minutes ago, so I really have to make sure that I don't lose the process of everything. But I'm pretty sure that I can tell you what I've been thinking about quite detailed. So let's just get straight into it. Of course, I hope you're doing well. On my side, pretty much everything is going very good, and yeah, let's just get straight into it because I start losing the thought itself. Okay, so yeah, now I've got it. Pretty much every limit that you and I have heard of is not real. Pretty much every limit that you and I know has been placed upon us by society, our parents, teachers, friends, just people that we know, and like media, whatever, but it has been introduced to us by others, and it has been put into our minds by others. And a lot of these limits just have been made up by us, but hear me out, most of them are not real. Pretty much all of the limits that you and I know of, that you and I think are facts, most of them are not real. And just give it a second and think about it. Like, let's say, I don't know, you're a child and you want to do something, right? Right now I can't come up with an example, but it's not that important to get the point across. And let's just say you want to try this and that, you want to do something, and one of your parents comes to you and says, "No, you can't do it. It's not possible. No, you can't do it. No. Or I don't know, you want to go to this and that place, and they tell you, no, it's not possible. No, you can't do it. It's impossible. No, you cannot go there. I don't know, you want to try something physical, and someone tells you that, no, you can't do it." If you hear that more than over and over again, if you hear it for a couple of hundreds of times, then of course at some point you'll just take it as a given that that you can't do it, that this limit is real and you cannot do it. Over time, your subconscious will just say, okay, yeah, I get it, there's a limit here, I can't do that. But in actuality, you simply haven't tried to do it. And this is the heart of this thought that I had. It's simple that we know of a lot of limits, right? You and I know so many limits that have been placed upon us by society, and they seem to be pretty real, right? I think we can agree on that so many limits seem to be very real until someone breaks the limit. How is that possible? I mean, there's a limit, right? It shouldn't be possible to break it, because everybody has told me that this can't be done. I know it can't be done. I've heard it hundreds of times. It can't be done. I've read it. It's impossible to do that. But this guy did it. How on earth is that possible? He did something that I thought simply could not be done. And here I am, seeing, hearing, reading of a guy doing exactly the thing that I thought of as being impossible, as being a thing that you cannot do. And that's the thing. Most of the limits that we know of, I think that all of the limits that we know of only exist as a limit until the point at which someone breaks this limit. Now, to further elaborate on this, let me give you an example. Let me give you the first example that came up to me. This is actually where the thought came from, because I was looking outside and I saw a plane. And bear with me here. If you were to go back 200 years, 1823, and you were to show people a picture of a plane standing on the airport, and you were to explain to them that, okay, this is a machine that is made out of metal, thousands of different parts of machinery and like it's a massive, massive construction, right? A plane is just fucking massive. And you put people on there, and the entire thing then weighs, I don't know how many tons. I really don't know how much a plane weighs, but probably several hundreds, if not thousands of tons. I might be wrong here, but you get the point, right? It's fucking heavy. It's a fucking heavy, massive thing with hundreds of people on it. And let's then say that you tell these guys, then this is going to fly. It's going to lift off, and it's going to be up there for a couple of hours, and then it's going to land safely somewhere else on this planet. Do you think that they would believe you? Of course not. Of course not, because this goes against everything that they know of. This goes against every piece of logic that they know of. It's just impossible. The sky is an impenetrable physical barrier to them. I mean, take a rock, throw it up. Of course, it's going to be in the air for a couple of seconds, but it's definitely, as sure as hell, it's going to come back down, and it's not going to be a safe and soft landing. Like, it's gonna come back fast. So how on earth do you have the audacity to claim that something that weighs hundreds of tons, that is not alive, it's a machinery, how on earth do you have the audacity to claim that this thing can fly? Of course it can't. It's impossible. It's just not possible. If it were a massive fucking bird, yes, probably, but this bird can only carry 3 people in its claws. But like in the Lord of the Rings movies, when the giant eagles just come and pick the hobbits up, yeah, that probably okay. We can argue about that, but that thing, no, it's not gonna fly. It's impossible. You can't even fucking move it from A to B on the ground because it's so fucking heavy. How on earth do you expect this to lift up, stay up there for a couple of hours, and then land back safely? It's not gonna happen. Like, I hate to break it to you, but it's just not gonna work. It's too heavy. Until someone fucking does it. It was a fact. Like, it was a fact for hundreds of years, for the biggest part of human existence, that we cannot fly, until someone came and just did it anyways. Until someone just fucking did it. They built a plane and they lift off, they had a safe flight, and they landed safely again. A limit was broken there. And what a limit that is, flying. One of the greatest dreams of humanity, being able to fly. Well, now it's just normal for us. If you want to go to another part of the world, the only thing that you have to do is book a flight. And then you just go there by plane. It's just out of the question of being possible or not. It's just, when are you going to do it? Like, okay, I want to go to Turkey tomorrow. Well, I'll book a flight now. And I'll be there in a couple of hours, and boom, that's it. I'm done. There's nothing more that I have to do, because I know I'm just gonna get on the plane is gonna get me there, and that's it. We don't even think about how crazy this is, how crazy this must have been to people only 150, 200 years ago. It was just impossible to them. Absolutely impossible. But someone broke that barrier, someone broke that limit, and now it's just normal. Let me give you another example, because I've got a statue of him here on my desk. It's Alexander the Great. Why is he being called the Great? I'm not going to go too deep into history, trust me, because it's way too much here. But basically, what the guy did is also something that everybody just thought of as just impossible. It's just not possible. He conquered the largest existing empire on Earth. Humanity, until that point, had not seen a better organized, richer, more powerful, more cultured, more massive empire ever. Humanity had never seen anything like the Persian Empire. And while other states could, I don't know, when they went to war, field a couple of tens of thousands of soldiers, which was already massive if you think of the population at that time, where the Persians could bring an army of hundreds of thousands of soldiers. And they weren't able to only field one of these armies. They were actually able to field several of these. They were able to move millions of soldiers to war. How on earth are you going to fight something like that? How on earth are you going to stand against such a behemoth of an empire? It's not possible. I mean, and the Greeks felt it. They experienced it on themselves. Athens was burned down by the Persians. The Persians dug a fucking channel through a mountain in order to move their fleet. Something that had just never been done before. They broke the limit. They fucking did it. And this is the thing that Alexander the Great did. He took, I think it's like 30,000 men, 30 to 40,000 soldiers, and he conquered the Persian Empire. That threw hundreds of thousands of soldiers against him. He conquered them totally, a complete victory. He destroyed the Persian Empire. Something that everybody up until that point thought of as absolutely impossible. There was just, it was a limit. No one had done it. No one had done it before, and therefore this limit had proved itself over centuries that it just can't be done. And this is the thing. If you hear that something is impossible over and over and over again, well, of course you're going to believe that it's not possible until someone does it anyways. Last example. Then I think after that I'll have brought the point across very well. So very, very simple example, actually, something that concerns me myself. I was at the gym, and you know, I like going to the gym, and I also like doing bench press, and my comfortable rep weight, like for 10 to 12 reps, was 85 kg. 85 kg, I'm proud of it, felt great, still feels great, I like doing it. But I always had this, I mean, of course, I saw people doing 100 kg, right? I know people that do 100 kg, but I never thought that I could do it. I never thought that I could do it until one day I saw a guy that I know very well in the gym. He fantastic genetics, looks amazing, works out like for 2 years, and he's just a fucking monster. And I still remember that he and I were pretty much at the same level in terms of benching. He was a bit over me, but still in the range of, like, I knew, okay, yeah, I can do it easy. Like, not easy, but I can do it. And the last time I saw him, he did reps with 100 kg. He went for 8 to 10 reps, 4 rounds with 100 kg. And I thought it was impossible for him to get there so fast. And of course, me being curious, I walked up to him, congratulated him honestly on the feat, and then I asked him, man, what did you do? Like, how on fucking earth were you able to move from benching 85, 90 kg to 100 kg in the span of a month? And he told me, well, he just tried it and it worked. And there I had my answer. The next day that I was in the gym, I also had to do bench, and he was there with me, and we went and he just told me, yeah, you're going to do 100. You're going to do them. You're going to do 100 kg now. And first of all, I said, yeah, okay, I'm going to do it, but I'm only going to do 3. He looked at me and said, no, you're going to do 5. And I said, okay, I'm going to do 5. I did 5. 5 without assistance. I did 5 reps of 100 kg, and I could have done more if I would have told myself that I could do more than that. But I was able to do it. Limit broken. And just when I thought, okay, yeah, that's it, like, I'm gonna stick to that weight for a couple of months now, immediately after that he told me, okay, now you're gonna go for 110. And I was like, seriously, for a second I thought, this guy's just fucking crazy. Like, how am I going to do 110? But then it dawned on me. It just dawned on me that, of course, it's going to be possible. If I was able to do 100, I'm gonna be able to do 110. And there you go, I did 110. So, and I think this is where this entire thought process basically originates from. But it just came to me now that pretty much all the limits that you and I know of have been placed upon us by ourselves, by society, by our parents, by our teachers. But these limits are not real. So just take a couple of minutes for yourself, sit down and think about the limits that you take as granted. Think about the limits that you know, that you just accept as a barrier, as a limit, as something that you cannot overcome. Maybe something that has been told to you a couple of times that you can't do it. And then find a way to break that limit. I'm going to end this video with a quote from, fittingly, Alexander the Great, and I think that will be more than enough to bring across the point. Everything is possible to him who will try. Okay, guys, I hope that I was able to bring across the point, and I hope that you implement that. I'm pretty sure that all of you will be able to break all of your limits. Now, of course, it's not going to happen today. It might not happen next year, but if you work on it, you will reach the point at which you will be able to break your limit. That's it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.